Hello and warm welcome to join us at this edition of AN English News, and I'm Abdul Ahad Mohammadi. Italy has agreed to a strategic partnership aimed at supporting Afghanistan after NATO-led forces withdrew from the country in 2014. Italian Prime Minister Mario Monti assured President Hamid Karzai that Italy will not abandon Afghanistan as the two leaders signed a long-term agreement Thursday in Rome. The deal calls for Italy to assist Afghanistan in political, security, economic, and counter-narcotics issues past 2014. Mr. Karzai is expected to also establish long-term strategic partnerships with France and Britain in his tour of Europe. On late Friday, he plans to meet with French President Nicolas Sarkozy in Paris before flying to London. The United States believes Pakistan has an important role to play to end the decade-long insurgency in Afghanistan and expects Islamabad to have an ample opportunity to stay engaged on the issue, the U.S. State Department said on Thursday. We very much like Pakistan to be part of the Afghan-led peace reconciliation process. Spokesperson Victoria Nolan said she disagreed with the suggestion that Pakistan has been sidelined on the U.S.-Taliban talks. Afghan critics believe that Pakistan is the main troublemaker in Afghanistan, as it has provided the militants with safe havens to wage attacks in Afghanistan. NATO's Secretary General called on France Thursday to continue its mission in Afghanistan until a planned withdrawal. NATO's Secretary General Anders Fogh Rasmussen stressed in a press conference that the alliance countries had agreed at the Lisbon summit to a process of transition of security responsibility to Afghan forces and an associated timeline, and based on that, France should stick to its commitment to fulfill its obligation in NATO's Afghanistan mission. French President Nicolas Sarkozy has suspended his troops training mission of Afghan security forces after an ANA soldier shot dead four French troopers in eastern Kapisa province. ISAF spokesman said 2011 had been a remarkably successful year in the fight against insurgents in Afghanistan and in the development of Afghan security forces. Brigadier General Carsten Jacobson said that in the southern Taliban stronghold, considerable advances had been made in securing Kandahar city and its environs. The success has been so great that insurgents have largely lost control of the area and now rely on IEDs as their primary method of attack, and the Haqqani network remains a key focus for future operations, he added. Pakistani exporters have raised cement prices for Afghanistan market from $40 per ton to $50. Pakistan exports 50% of its total cement production to Afghanistan, according to Pakistani officials. Pakistan has exported 4.7 million tons of cement to Afghanistan during the year 2010-2011. Pakistan has a free market in Afghanistan, as the Karzai administration has done nothing to minimize Afghanistan's dependency to Islamabad, which uses every card available to damage Afghans, from supporting terrorist groups to banning Afghan commercial cargoes crossing through its territory. Attackers on Friday fired rockets at Pakistan's top military academy, damaging its outer wall in a major security breach near the home where Osama bin Laden lived for years, officials said. No one was hurt in the pre-dawn attack, and it was unclear who fired the 9 rockets from behind a mosque in mountains overlooking the Kakul Academy. The garrison city of Abbottabad was considered one of the safest parts of nuclear-armed Pakistan until American Special Forces on May 2nd found and killed the Al-Qaeda founder in a compound where he apparently lived for 5 years. The U.S. will cut almost 100,000 troops as part of its plans for a smaller, leaner military. Defense Secretary Leon Panetta has announced unveiling a restructure of the armed forces. Panetta said the U.S. would boost special forces and retain the ability to defeat any enemy on land. The Pentagon is facing costs of $487 billion over the next 10 years. In 5 years, the Army will drop from a peak of 570,000 to 490,000, and the Marines be cut by 20,000 to 182,000. Panetta said the U.S. focus would shift from large-scale conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq to areas of key national interest. At least 29 people have been killed by Syrian security forces on Friday morning, the General Council of the Revolution said, a day after 14 members of a family were killed in the flashpoint city of Homs on Thursday. Meanwhile, a group of Syrian army deserters has released a video showing what they said were 7 Iranians, including 5 members of the Revolutionary Guards, captured in the city of Homs. The group also called for Iran's Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei to acknowledge the existence of elements of Iranians in Syria in order to help the Assad regime in its crackdown on protesters. Spain's unemployment figure passed the 5 million mark in the last quarter of 2011. Official figures show the National Statistics Institute said 5.3 million people were out of work at the end of December, up from 4.9 million in the third quarter. Spain already has the highest jobless rate in the 17-nation Eurozone and is expected to slide back into recession. The figure is below the 5.4 million estimated by the Spanish finance minister on Thursday. Spain's new ruling Popular Party conservative government has pledged labor reforms to try to halt further unemployment. And that's it for now. Thanks for being with us.